Um, hey, listen. Okay. So I'm back on it. Okay. Let's just try and set this shit up real quick. I think I fucked up my camera. Give me 2 seconds. Let me fix this bullshit. Yeah, definitely fucked up my camera. Ugh, don't look at me. I'm ugly. Hold up. It's like I fucked up so much. I think this camera looks a little fucked up too. Hold up. That's the better one. Okay. Here we go. All right. So,
monetized, and we're not
ah, hold up. See how it's going forward when it's going backward? That's crazy. It's mirrored. But I don't know why I want to do this. I'm just saying because I just want to do it because Crowder's supposed to be on going on the Daily Wire tomorrow. I mean, not the Daily Wire. Fucking Tim Pool, Timcast IRL tomorrow. And I'm a Crowder fan. I was just at his show. What was it in October? I think it was October. Might have been December. I think it was October. He had a comedy show in Baltimore couple months ago. Looking for my beer. And I believe that the Daily Wire tried to fuck him over. Like they really tried to fuck him over with this contract or with the fucking hey, my brain is just not working right now. When you give somebody whatever terms, whatever, they tried to set him up with some shit. I think they tried to fucking lowball the hell out of him. But we're gonna recap this whole thing just so we can be refreshed, get all good for tomorrow because tomorrow's gonna be debate night. I mean, like it's gonna be a chance for Crowder to come on and say whatever it is he needed to say because Candace Owens was on fucking Timcast and she was talking a bunch of shit. She was talking a bunch of shit about your boy Steven, bro. So let's see. All right, Steven, see what you got. Short and sweet. Let's go.
So stopbigcon.com now exists to begin with. It's been a while. Either this has to stop, or I'm going to have to stop. Either this, what I'm about to discuss, has to stop, or I don't know. This may just not be for me anymore. So let me explain. Give me a few minutes of your time because context matters here. I ask that you don't skip ahead. It won't take very long.
Even though he just said
This
it,
has been a
don't
long
skip
time
ahead.
coming. This is a conversation that I've actively avoided, sidestepped, and I've hoped and prayed that it not be necessary behind the scenes for a long while, but that's no longer possible. So if you've watched for the last decade, you know that I've always made it clear that we here at Mug Club are in the business of serving you, the viewer, you watching, listening right now. I've also made it clear that I wouldn't be in the business of attacking other conservatives, regardless of disagreements or personal issues. And I've always explained my logic was relatively simple. I believe that the world was better with more voices out there rather than less, regardless of minute differences, considering the magnitude of the battle that we are genuinely fighting for our country right now. But for the first,
Yeah. Here's my thing, right? Anyone who doesn't believe that Crowder is in it for the people and not for the money, you're fucking crazy, bro. Like if he wanted the money, he could have just went to like any other goddamn company and told the line and just did all that bullshit. But doesn't seem like he want the money to me. Seemed like he just wanted to make like shake up the fucking society, give conservatives a voice. Well, give like logic a voice. Period. Like it's hella motherfuckers out here just fucking up this society, man.
First time, I have to say that I believe many of those in charge in the right-leaning media are actually at odds with what's best for you, the viewer, the customer, and more importantly, the country. We here at Mug Club, we thought that we were all in this together, that we were fighting the media, entertainment, industrial complex. We thought that we were all genuinely taking it to big tech. But too many of those in charge of the big conservative platforms are verifiably in bed with them. Big tech is in bed with big con. The people you thought, the people I thought were fighting for you, a lot of it has been a big con. Now, I'm specifically avoiding naming names or going after individuals in this video because I genuinely hope that those I'm addressing, and you know who you are, have a change of heart.
Bro.
It's
And here's the thing about that, what he just said. Like a bunch of people, they're like, Steven Crowder outed the Daily Wire. Steven Crowder did this, that. Bro, this nigga ain't say any names. He didn't mention any company. I was thinking Fox News. He said not the Blaze. Most people wouldn't have thought. I mean, a lot of people like in their field probably would have thought the Daily Wire, but like a lot of normal people wasn't even looking, but like, it's the fucking Daily Wire, right? Because he always like buddy with Ben Shapiro and shit. So I'm just like, oh shit, it's not the Daily Wire. Who the fuck could it be? Is it Fox?
It's never too late to do the right thing. Guys, this is a genuine plea. We can all do better. We can all do better. It doesn't have to be this way. And please, don't make me have to provide receipts. Now, to the others out there who have now been able to verify, have been locked into exploitative contracts that I have the luxury of not having to sign, which is why I'm doing this. Those of you out there who've been locked into this and you know what I'm talking about, stay tuned. I've got something for you before this video is done. So there are a few points to address. Now, many, but not all of the suits running the business of big conservative, big con, at best don't share your values and at worst are taking advantage of your good graces. And as I've experienced it behind the scenes, I've watched our country be harmed as a result. So, Mug Club. Professionally, it's meant everything to us here. Personally, too, but professionally, you are the entire reason for our ability, your ability, to create this kind of content truly independently for the last 6 years. When I started doing, right-leaning, like comedy, entertainment videos in 2009, maybe it was 2008, I really didn't have a plan. I didn't know the blueprint because there was no blueprint. I didn't know the ceiling because no one with this kind of content had ever really even tried it. It was you, Mug Club, you watching, supporting, who created the ceiling. And you made it clear that all of you were going to keep raising it. All I knew back then was that I was a conservative, I was a Christian, and there was nothing out there for someone like me. Not on cable, not on radio, certainly not on YouTube. And back then, that was really the only video platform. Live streaming wasn't really even a thing. All I wanted to do was to set out to create the kind of content, the kind of show that I always wished had existed when I was growing up. And I hoped that there would be enough of you out there like me. Here's the thing. I was told that there weren't. I was told by the powers that be that...
And that's the crazy thing about it. Like this man had a bunch of people just rally behind him, like Mug Club, for fucking his t-shirts and all that shit, his merchandise. Everybody started just buying his shit up. Like he was the main nigga out there doing this shit. Like he was doing the like the Daily Show type shit, but for freaking right leaning people. That's why I always thought that he was gonna go on TV and shit, but he's stuck with YouTube. He's stuck with the internet shit, even though they keep fucking him over. But he was. I think he was kind of like the first person to do like the right leaning version of the Daily Wire.
You didn't exist. I was told that the only way to make a living in this business was to cater to older conservative generations, and that comedy, that entertainment, that edgy, quote unquote,
Right leaning version of the Daily Show. I said the Daily Wire.
content didn't work on the right side of the spectrum. An entertainment show would never work. All of you are the only reason that we here were even remotely vindicated. And Mug Club sealed it. I remember exactly where I was when I thought up the idea of Mug Club. I remember who I was with. I remember what I was eating. I remember why. I could see the writing on the wall back then, the big tech censorship on the horizon, the diminishing advertising revenue day by day, and I knew full well that demonetization from these platforms, it was inevitable. But I wasn't really sure that this would work. At that point in time, getting anyone to subscribe to anything was pretty much impossible. Everything on the internet was basically free except for pornography. Even, Netflix, the only player.
Off topic, real quick. Why does this man have two mugs? What is in that other mug? Someone needs to find that out. Is it water and coffee? Is it brandy and water? A little scotch and some water? Or is it a little in Cosmo? It's got a Cosmo in there with a little bit of water on the side. Sorry.
Space at the time between shipping DVDs of Poltergeist 3, they were struggling with online streaming. But I found a great partnership back then, a partnership with a company called CRTV, which later purchased The Blaze and used that name going forward. And on election night, 2016, so many of you signed up that the back end of our site crashed. We couldn't handle it. And it only grew from there. Now, I want to be clear about something. This video here, it's not about The Blaze. When they were purchased by CRTV, the company's goals, their vision, simply grew further apart from mine, from ours here. It just wasn't the right fit. Yeah, I wasn't thrilled about some things and the handling of Mug Club leaving, and that's why we launched mugclubforever.com, where you can sign up just to be able to reach you. This really isn't about that, so I want to create some separation here. Business relationships end all the time. That's business. But I was in a period to field offers from other people, other key players in this movement. They flooded in. Now, before you guess who it is, before you start trying to do some Sherlock Holmes work, there are far more people beneath the tip of the iceberg than you know about who are trying to get into this space. There are more than you would probably assume. So I went into free agency. I looked over the offers. And I saw the clause come out. And I don't just mean unreasonable demands for control, but what I would argue are immoral terms that actually punish conservative content creators on behalf of big tech.
That's the biggest thing, bro. Listen. And I'm not gonna listen to this whole thing. I'm probably gonna fast forward to his him reading through the contract, and then I'm gonna go to the Daily Wire reading through the contract. I might go to Candace Owens talking all that bullshit on Timcast, but that's the main thing that everyone keep missing. Like everyone says, "Oh, it's the money, it's the money, it's the money," bro. These dudes wanted him to be fined if he got a hard strike, or if he got demonetized on YouTube or anything like that. And everyone always says, "Well, it's just an offer. It's not like it's the real thing. It's just an offer." Bro, why would you have that in an offer? for Crowder, bro. You already know who he is. Why would that even be in the offer? And y'all supposed to be friends. You said he was friends. Jeremy said they were friends. Steven said they had a friendly relationship and shit. You know who this guy is. You know he's already demonetized. You know he gets demonetized all the fucking time. So it just seems like you're just trying to capitalize off of that. And it seems like you're trying to just uh hoping that he slips up and don't see that bullshit. Like he doesn't see the thing that says, "Oh, you'll be demonetized." I mean, you'll have to pay us if your videos get demonetized. I get it. You want to make up for the lost revenue, all right? If he gets demonetized, you're not getting money from that video. Blah 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 blah. Why would you even have that in one of your clauses, bro? It doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense to me is that you know it's going to happen. So you want to get more money out of this nigga because you know it's going to happen. Let's keep going. Fast forward through this here.
And that's something that I just couldn't unsee. And I want to let you know, it's not the exception. It's the rule. Kids out there coming up. We need to build a bench here in this movement. It's almost impossible. Don't sign these contracts. I now know what you are signing out there. I have the luxury of not having to. I don't have to be here. I don't have to say this. Please, don't sign this. Certainly not without professional legal counsel representation.
First of all, you shouldn't sign shit without fucking legal counsel. But I'm gonna just go through this contract, and then Jeremy's video is like fucking an hour long. I don't think I'm gonna go through that whole thing. I'm gonna skim through that one. I'm gonna just get the contract part that Steven addressed. And yeah, I'm gonna just do the same clauses so Jeremy can have a chance to explain.
Do not sign something.
That's it.
That includes, let me go through this. Effectively, full ownership of all your social media.
Right. Let's check this. We'll maintain the exclusive right to create and sell Crowder and Crowder content branded merchandise. Everything he creates, his shirts, his mugs, blah blah blah. I don't know that word. Remuneration for the blank and exploitation of these rights is included in the fee. Boom. Okay. Email list. Right to manage, grow, monetize all crowded email list in turn, blah, blah, blah. You're selling your fucking soul. Bro, all these contracts just sound like you're selling your fucking soul every time. Social media management. Oh, I saw Twitter and I thought it said Taylor Swift. I'm like, what? I saw Twitter and Spotify like on top of each other, and I was like, Taylor Swift? What the fuck? All right. Maintain. Is this saying? So they want to create on social media, make money from that. Blah blah blah. All right. Boom. You got it. They want to own his shit. I mean. This part he can negotiate. He can be like, bro, this is my shit. This is my name. This is my brand. You don't like it? Piss off. But should this be? Nah, that seems like something that's in like every contract. Like you want the rights to that person or that person's brand. Since it's gonna be working under you, you need to make money.
Platforms, channels, in perpetuity, the rights to your content, name, image, likeness, even the ones that you've built. Don't sign.
But you built it, and they're trying to buy it. So, like, you can say even the ones you built, but like, if I build myself up to be marketable, someone's going to want to buy it. They're going to want to buy me as a brand. Steven, you're a fucking brand. Of course they're going to want to buy it.
Contracts out there that include multi-million-dollar penalties.
Yeah, that's stupid.
For different... Let me read you an example of what I mean. And this would be if it was me. If Crowder fails to deliver a monthly content in any month or any of the quarterly content in the corner, including any and all ad reads. And by the way, all these contracts came with 3, 4, 5 ad reads per show, which would fundamentally change what this show is.
I was going to say, let's take that back to see what it says, see if he's missing anything. Because I'm going to be honest, I was just like skimming through. So let's see.
Got to get those dollar bills.
$dollar bills.
So if I failed to do that, it would be a $250,000 reduction in fee per quarter. If, let's say, we did do everything per quarter, but annually maybe missed something. Like let's say we went and did a Change My Mind instead of a daily show, which of course requires a lot more work. It'd be a separate $1 million penalty for that if you miss a single piece of content.
Oh, I see it right there.
And the amount of content required is not in line with, frankly, it's worse than Disney. It's worse than ABC. It's worse than NBC. It's worse than CBS. This is ownership of you and everything that you do. But here's, just to drive it home, don't sign something that has another $100,000 daily penalty if it's not signed off on beforehand.
If it's not signed off,
you get hit by a car, you have a sick day, you could lose $100,000 a day.
Ooh, hold up, Steven. I like you, bro, but hold up.
Frankly, it's worse than Disney. It's worse than ABC. It's worse than NBC. It's worse than CBS. This is ownership of you and everything that you do. But here's, just to drive it home, don't sign something that has another.
Let's see. He just said $100,000, like if he gets hit by a car or something. But at the bottom, right, on E, echo, disability. In the event of a temporary disability or serious illness that prevents Crowder from performing, the fee will be reduced on a pro rata basis, not subject to the fee reduction schedule above. So, on count, if you get hit by a car, like he's about to say, it's not going to count if he gets hit by a car. But it does say it will be reduced. Like, bro, how much would it be reduced by? Like, if I get hit by a car, like, say if I take a sick day at work, I'm not missing my pay. I'm getting my certain amount of hours. I'm not losing anything, so they should just pay him the same fucking amount. Like, as if he was there. Just a fucking sick day. Yeah. I don't know. I don't make this much money. All these numbers are high as fuck.
$100,000 daily penalty.
Daily.
If it's not signed off on beforehand. You get hit by a car, you have a sick day, you could lose $100,000 a day. Hey, anyone wonder why there's burnout in this? Anyone wonder why you have kids come up and they leave? They're never to come back? You think if you had that kind of a penalty, you think if someone said, hey, we're going to penalize you $10,000 every day you miss coming into work, you think you'd be stressed?
Yeah.
This is worse than the left frames their contracts. Again, of course I didn't sign any of these things. But I
don't know how the left frames their contract. I can't say it's worse or better. I would assume it'd be worse because them motherfuckers got like, they have to be like careful as shit when they talking. Like when the left talks, they have to be sure that they're up to date with all the new politically correct terminology and shit. So
now know what other kids are signing out there. And here's the worst part. Yeah, that's terrible. I think it's I just think that's wrong to treat people that way. But this is where, in going through this, and I needed to take some time because, look, I've always tried to be a happy warrior, and I want to go back to that. I haven't been happy for a while. To be really, I haven't been happy for a while because when you know what goes on behind these scenes, and you see how many people are complicit, it creates an air of hopelessness. It really does. Where you think the people who are supposed to be linking arms and fighting with you, fighting for you, want to punish you. So here's the worst part.
Okay. I had to say this. Off fucking topic, dude. Like, why is it that like you get a but you I know fellas, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Ladies, you probably know it too. But like why is it that um these random accounts be following you and they just send you random ass shit thinking that you just think they're a normal person. I like to fuck with them, right? Like if I see a random account just follow me and they start talking to me, I just send them like random shit, like fuck off or piece of shit or like stupid shit, or I fucking call them on the fucking voice chat and shit like that. No, no, like is that still a thing? Like, do people still be like? And the funniest thing, right? Yo, you ever? All right, listen. If you ever get one of your friends that's saying, "Hey, my account got hacked," just know them motherfuckers were a dumbass and fell for one of those fucking schemes. They fell for the scam, and that's why their account got hacked. Because if you don't fall for the scam, they don't have your information, so they can't hack your account. Just remember, see one of your friends say, "Hey, follow my new page. My account got hacked." They're stupid. Okay, I'm joking. Y'all not all stupid. But it's fucking stupid. Back to the video.
Do not, kids, under any circumstances, sign a contract with people who claim to be conservative, but will penalize you 25% for any demonetization or sponsor boycott. Look, let me read this to you.
Hold on, let me see if he brings up the
If any of the major platforms,
contract.
oh no, sorry, that's the second one. Let me go back to the first one. There's another 20%. It's 45% if you get a content strike. Let's start with the demonetization. If blank is boycotted or dropped by more than
Yeah. Um, if Carter is boycotted or dropping more than 50% of the, sorry, drop by more than 50% to advertise partners, but share revenue, blah blah blah, is not able to. Oh, so it's 50%. He should drop that. 9 days, days, content strike. Right, the first part, ad drop. You shouldn't be getting that. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, you shouldn't be getting advertisers that are like likely to drop you. But that's not like, is it? Would that be like for like if an ad just advertiser just drop me, like if they can't, they like, oh, my campaign isn't doing too well with you, so I had to drop the ad. That makes sense to me actually. But content strike. If any other major platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, issues a constant strike other than company wide content strike. So, like the adpocalypse wouldn't count, okay? Such as the crowded content cannot be monetized on such platform. Companies are. Wait, hold up. Crowder is already demonetized, like altogether. Like completely. He doesn't make any money from YouTube because he doesn't have ads on his shit. He doesn't have anything on there. So he's already demonetized. So I know everyone's like, "Hey, but this is just a uh premature offer. It's just an offer." But bro, that shouldn't be in there. Period. Like it shouldn't be in there, period. Like it makes no sense, bro. No, even that like to see now, like, all right, now I see why he's doing the stop Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, con, whatever he's doing, because it's like, why do you even have that in there? Even if it wasn't for Crowder, bro, like why is that in there? Period. Because that's why he's so pissed, because he's not like, oh yeah, the money's bad, blah blah blah, whatever. It's just that, bro. Why is this in your contract for anyone? Why is that in there? Period. Let's keep going. Sorry. And then, oh shit, YouTube 20%, Apple Podcast 20, Facebook 10, Spotify 10. I don't even know. Steve Crowder has a Spotify or a podcast, Apple Pod. I just watch them on YouTube because easier for me. All right, let's get
50% of the advertising partners. The company is not able to replace them within 90 days. The fee will be reduced by 25%. That's a sponsorship boycott. So that's saying, hey, liberals, boycotts work. They work on our guys. We'll punish them for you. Let me go on. Specifically, YouTube demonetization. If any,
but it's not just saying that. The way it looks, see, this. I'm not a lawyer. I don't go over fucking contracts, but the way it looks is like, oh shit. I read that wrong at first. If Crowder is boycotted or dropped, see, that's why I got it. Or dropped by more than 50% of his. So yes, boycotting, yes, that shows it. But if he's dropped by him, like if they just be like, "Oh yeah, we can't afford you anymore, so we're dropping your, we're done with this advertising, we're done with this advertising campaign," then that's something different. That's not like you can just be like, "Oh yeah, they're doing it because of big censorship and shit." It's just because whatever. But I mean, I see where it's coming from on that first part. If Crowder is boycotted, but if he dropped, niggas just can't pay that shit.
any of the major platforms issues a content strike such that Crowder cannot be monetized on such platform, and the company is not able to resolve the issue within 90 days, the fee will be reduced by 25% moving forward. Now, I thought this was a mistake because, these people maybe didn't know who I am, that we've been demonetized for 3 years.
Right.
No, it was made very clear to me in no uncertain terms. This is what's sent out to everybody.
It's just and that's the stupid part. Like, why is it sent out to everyone? Why is it sent out at all? That makes no sense. If you're a conservative group concerned about like the big tech is like it's censoring conservatives and blah blah blah, why would you have that in one of your clauses, bro? That doesn't make any sense. One of your terms or whatever. That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's so stupid. It's like me going to a vegan with a job to like save the animals or something. Like, one of my clauses is that you gotta eat a piece of meat. Like, bro, that goes against what you say you stand for. So it makes no sense to me.
And then if you get a strike, meaning a suspension, another 20% reduction. And then another 20% of it happens on Apple. And then another 10% of it happens on Facebook. And then another 10% of it happens on Spotify. Imagine you're deplatformed, as we've seen in the past, where all of the major entities decide to remove you in one day. Rather than having a conservative alternative, you would now be down to 5 to 15% of the revenue of your contract. Think about this for a second. Those in charge, the big conservative, the big con, and it really is the biggest con going right now, they're making it known in their contracts that they will enforce the guidelines of big tech and punish conservatives on their behalf. Don't worry, Wojcicki. Trust me, these conservatives will stay in line. If they get demonetized, we take away 25% of their operating budget. Take another 20% away if they get a hard strike. Hey, don't worry, Zuckerberg. We've got your back. Hope to see you at the UFC Apex. Let me ask you, can you imagine if this show...
Crazy. No, I think he's done with this. I think he's done with the... I went... I don't want to show too much and just be like, yeah, I'm just fucking showing someone. I don't want to be like Hassan Piker and just like, let my video play and not say anything, right? So, all right. Response
Not
from
only was never permitted.
Shut up, Steven. Look at this. Look at this. I got so many people on there. Who's next? Daily Wire. Boom. I've seen this. As you can see, the red line. I've seen some of it. But we're just going to go over the contract part that Steven addressed. Since he didn't address anything else, I'm not going to look at anything else. I'm going to go to the part where I think his name is Jeremy, where he's talking about the contract as well.
Are limited because we're trying.
Shut up. And a certain part of the contract, I'm not going over the whole thing because I think he goes over the whole thing and it takes like fucking 50 minutes, bro. I'm not doing it. I gotta make a steak. My steak's in the oven right
$1 million because that's one of the most important.
Annual content, but he ain't mentioned that. Let's see what we got here.
Then extant advertising partners.
We got constant strikes, bans, major social media platform. That's where we at right now. That's what Steven addressed. That's what to me it seemed like his biggest issue was. Let's see what happens. Let's see what they got.
Right now, we all still are dependent for getting our message out to have access to big tech and to monetize our content. We have to have access to big tech. That's where the audience is, and it's where the money is. It's also where Steven Crowder has made his entire name. He's the biggest conservative YouTube star of all time. He put.
That's true. Like Steven Crowder, whenever he says, I can't say certain shit on here, just kick it off. Hey, piss off, YouTube. Going behind the paywall. Right. However, he doesn't get paid on YouTube. So he's only beholden to YouTube because he's trying to get his messages out there. And that's it. Whereas the Daily Wire, they need to get paid from YouTube. So it's not like they might say more shit behind a paywall, but it's not like they're trying to slipping. It's not like they're doing the YouTube shit just out of the kindness of their heart or whatever. They're not just doing it for free because they have money involved in it. They get ads. They're not demonetized. They get ads and shit like that. And then fucking Steven Crowder, he doesn't do too many ad reads. He does this shit in the morning. What is it? Is it Patriot Supplies? He got the Walther, and he got the fucking bars and shit, the protein bars and shit like that. But he does those things like it's spread like way different. With Ben Shapiro and fucking Candace Owens and all them motherfuckers, that shit just slip right through. That should be like you be talking to a nigga, and the whole time you ain't even know it was an ad, bro. It's so crazy. They do that shit all the fucking time. And if you like time, then check out this new watch this new watch from Timekeepers R Us. Like that's how it be. Like every fucking couple of seconds, it's just crazy. They slick that shit in. But yeah. Steven Crowder is beholden to them to the extent that he cannot say everything that he wants to say, but he doesn't get paid for it. Daily Wire wants to get paid for it.
Put out his video criticizing us in this contract as not being sufficiently conservative. The number one place people will view it is on YouTube. And that's not wrong. That's where people are. Of course they're going to watch it on YouTube. Of course he's going to put it out on YouTube. That's where the audience is. Now, Steven might respond by saying, yes, but I don't make any money off of YouTube. I have been monetized there. And that's a point that we'll talk about here. Nevertheless, obviously, you and I and everyone else, when we go to YouTube to watch Steven Crowder may be demonetized and he may not make any money. YouTube, though, still makes money off of us. And so in that way, Steven is still driving success for YouTube. It's unfortunate that YouTube has chosen to cut him out of participating in that success. In fact, I think YouTube is utterly wrong. The only time I've ever talked to the CEO of YouTube, it was to criticize her for her treatment of Steven Crowder. I didn't even talk to her about the Daily Wire. I had nothing to say at that moment about Daily.
Like I said, Steven Crowder and this guy. I think this is Jeremy. I'm gonna keep calling him Jeremy, but I think like Steven Crowder and this guy are fucking friends. Yo, bro, why is my pinky does this? My pinky, like, is it a mental thing? Because I've seen angry cops, and his fucking hand is like this. Like, this just happens sometimes. I don't know what the fuck it is. I might be going through a neurological crisis, okay? But yeah, like I was saying, him and fucking, I'm gonna call this nigga Jeremy. Jeremy and Steven, they tight. They was tight. I thought they were tight. So he went to bat for Steve. Talking about, hey, don't demonetize my nigga. What you talking about? You talking about dummy?
Wire, but at that time they had demonetized Steven, and I used my one audience with one of the most powerful CEOs in the world to tell her that what she was doing to Steven Crowder was absolutely unethical and wrong. So what were we trying to accomplish with this section? Well, let's go through it. The reduction of fee from lost revenue from boycotts, content strikes, or bans from major social media platforms. A, ad drop. If Crowder is boycotted or dropped by more than 50% of his then extant advertising partners, that is, if 50% of the money that he's making from advertisers is suddenly gone, and we're not able to replace that revenue within 90 days, then his fee will be reduced by 25% until such time as the ad revenue has been restored for a period of 90 days, and then it would all reset. Steven says, all the left does is boycott our advertisers, so this just says to the left, your boycotts work and we'll enforce it for you. We will punish the content creator for you. But this isn't about punishing the content creator. This is about if the Daily Wire is going to leverage, I can't stress it, probably $100 million by the time you have market.
All right, so here, right? He's like, it's not about punishing the content creator. It's about, because he's basically saying, it's about making money. Man, what are you talking about? It's not about punishing the content creators, right? Because the content creators, y'all make the content, but if your content's a little too spicy and we lose money from it, then what's up with this, right? Crowder's like, bro, so that means all these niggas on the left, what if we get like a Walmart sponsor or some shit? Like mainstream sponsors and shit. Cause like Walther and blah blah blah, all these motherfucking Patriot Supply, all these niggas is like they ain't mainstream sponsors. They cool companies, but they ain't mainstream sponsors. What if they get like a high class and shit like that? You are punishing the content creator for what he says, and you are beholden to the mob, because the mob's like, hey man, we don't like this dude, stop sponsoring him. The company's like, all right, we're gonna stop sponsoring him. You're thinking about the money, Jeremy. Steven's thinking about the message. That's all it is.
Marketing and infrastructure costs. By the time you pay for all the legal compliance, all the technology that it takes to support Steven's show and Steven's show, even at the price that we offered for it, which he would have wanted much more, at least $100 million.
Plus,
obviously, if the show makes dramatically less money, well, then Steven has to make less money because we're making less money. And I brought this up to Steven on the phone, and I said, Steven, if your show, if we guarantee you $1 for your show.
I want to say something real quick. Yo, all right, don't pay too much attention about the nigga head just like not matching up with his head, like how his shit look extra bouncy. Y'all probably gonna pay attention to that shit more now that I said something about it. But Don't pay attention to it. There's a line going down my fucking shit, and it's like making it look a little wavy.
And the show makes $1 in ad revenue and $1 in subscription revenue, then how does the money work? Well, it works that $2 come in, you get your guaranteed dollar, we get $1. What do we do? What do you do with your dollar? Well, you produce your show and you pay yourself. What do we do with our dollar? Well, we market your show, provide all the back-end infrastructure, pay for the 250 plus humans who work to make all of this continue to grow. By the way, we don't pay for one single person more than we need. There's no charity jobs. We're not getting.
Mind you, this is all a $50 million offer to Steven Crowder. Just remember that. $50 million offer. Spread out 4 years, bro. And he's supposed to produce his own shit, write his own shit, like all the fucking the cartoons and shit he does, his costumes, his skits, his staff, all that shit. He's paying himself. So you can say, a lot of people are saying, oh, $50 million, that's a lot of money. $50 million in 4 years spread across like how many people that he's working with, how many locations do he go to, where does he fly to that does his do his like change my minds and shit like that. How much of that 50 million, which is like 12 or something, I'm not good at math, over 4 years, like how much is that really fucking worth? Like what is that actually?
Giving our money away. If anything, we're understaffed by 50%. We ask more.
And then Jeremy here is talking about he's gonna spend $100 million. Yo, bro, come on, bro. 100 million. 100 million. All right, I know that. Yeah, but wait, the most thing you're doing is providing the facility and marketing. Even if you're providing a facility, because he's still producing his own shit. He can stay in Texas and just send you the fucking shit for it, and all you gotta do is do the marketing. Like what are you talking about?
Our employees than any other company probably in America today. We drive people incredibly hard because our resources are limited, because we're trying to accomplish so much for our values, for our movement. So we pay for that out of our dollar, and then we pay ourselves. But that's how it works. I said, if the next day one of the dollars, the ad dollar, goes away, now what happens? Should it be that you say?
All right, so I'm not gonna go over his stupid phone conversation because it's just stupid. You know what? I'll listen to the fucking first part of it or whatever. I'll just listen to what Crowder put out because it makes no sense to just play that.
Said something on your show
because all it is Jeremy just saying what niggas already knew what he said. He's just repeating what Steven said.
These could.
Oh, wrong way. He's just repeating what Steven already said. And you see how you see how Steven's like show like just pops straight up. It's because his shit is demonetized. He's not making money from it. We're just going to listen to the fucking phone conversation. That's it.
That we weren't talking about me. We were talking about the futures of other people who could potentially be in that position, that very disconcerting position. No miscommunication. What I'm talking about is you're describing a model for everyone, not just, let's get rid of me here. Everyone, if there's a penalty for being demonetized on YouTube, because your business model requires that be a huge component of it, you need to change your business model or this movement cannot work, Jeremy. I can't imagine my show trying to come up and be beholden to YouTube advertiser guidelines, let alone, I mean, honestly, being beholden from a conservative entity with hard strikes, right, being removed, but let alone being advertiser friendly. We know how broad those guidelines are. They might as well just read, don't say anything offensive, and they change them at the drop of a hat.
I'm not suggesting that the guidelines aren't terrible. I'm suggesting that if making money off of those platforms is part of how you're justifying the salary you're paying someone, then when or the fee I keep saying salary, the fee you're paying someone, then when those go away, everybody loses money. You can't pay this.
Yeah, but he's starting off with no money, bro. Like, he's starting off with strikes and nothing. Oh, this is stupid. This shit is stupid.
Here's Candace.
Yeah, I'm not throwing Majority Report. Majority Report is fucking trash, bro. I think we're gonna do Candace Owens, and then that's it. Oh, we're not doing that one. Full. Well, it should be after, right? Candace Owens. Where you at, Tim? Tim Gas. Bro, I wanna know. I ain't gonna say what I was just about to say. That was 2 days. Both of these were 2 days ago. Which one's one?
I've been pushing just a little.
As this is, of course, was going to happen, and this is the problem: is that Steven has to realize people are smart. Okay, people are smart; they're going to figure it out. Oh, so you happened to look up to register BigCon? Yeah, let's confirm that.
What's
Stop
the
BigCon.
website?
Yeah, I got it right
Is
here.
it
There you
stop-
go.
Oh, that's what this is. Yo, bro, this is so fucking weird to me. Like, they would just be so, like, upset about this, like, Stop BigCon being registered. What was it, 12/12, right?
bigcon.com?
Right now, we are
12/12/20.
12/12/2022, right? Okay. Steven, all right. This is me just saying, like, out of my belief. I don't believe that this motherfucker would do this whole Stop BigCon shit like this just from one company. My thing is, I think he's going off of the Rebel Media. What's in Rebel? I think it was in Rebel Media, right? And with whatever company he was with, he's going off of all the other companies he's worked with, and he's like, "Bro, this shit is crazy. Let me do this with Daily Wire too." Like, that's what happened. I don't think he just was like, because they're trying to say is that Steven just, oh, he planned out doing it with the Daily Wire. I don't think it was just the Daily Wire. I think it was all the bullshit he was going through, and then Daily Wire just. And I wouldn't even believe that he would think that Daily Wire would do some shit like this. But they did. So they got caught in it too. So what the
2022. So
It
this
is.
was registered. Stop BigCon was registered before he announced he was leaving the Blaze. Is that what it was?
Isn't that so weird?
He
I thought-
announced he was leaving the Blaze on 12th.
Not Rebel
Well,
Media.
look, guys, and again, Crowder will be here on Monday. He can tell us about all of this. I don't want.
And then he
Crowder will be on Timcast tomorrow. That's what we're watching it for, because he'll be on there tomorrow.
recorded his conversation with Jeremy 2 months after that.
I just want to
One
say,
month
like,
after that.
we're in the middle as per usual. Candace was booked a month and a half ago, and this whole drama lights up. And then we talked with Crowder. We asked him to come on and talk about this. So,
I mean, there are
No, this is my first time watching, like, this nigga Tim on my TV right here. Like, I usually watch Timcast on my phone, bro. Watching him on my goddamn TV, this nigga look weird as hell, bro.
so many things that I disagree with
Like, I could see this nigga teeth and
the
everything.
Daily Wire on. Like, so many things. This is just not one of them. Like, this is just actually someone's being a bad person and plotting against them. That's it. That's all this is, right? And
Right. And about this bullshit, I know this is bullshit. Motherfuckers be like, oh, I don't have to defend my company, but blah, 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 blah. No, you have to. You're going to defend the company you work for. That's a given. You're going to. Stop acting like you're like so high and mighty. Candace, we all know about your history. You ain't above anything. And I like Candace. Candace is fucking cool. She's a pretty conservative girl, right? But it ain't like you're gonna go out there. Like, I would never say anything about the company I work for, because FedEx is the best delivery service ever, okay? Just like I would say that, Candace gonna say whatever she wants to make the Daily Wire look good. So Piss off with that bullshit.
That's what I want to say, because like I said before, I've been with Daily Wire for 3 years. You've never heard me come out and defend them. They're in trouble every other week with a different host for something that they said, something that they haven't said. Ben Shapiro's under fire at least once a week on Twitter. People are angry at him. They think it's a shill for this. I don't weigh in on anything. This actually, Steven Crowder's a bad person.
I was thinking, what if they just paid
See,
Steven
and that's
$50
the
million?
bullshit. Like she said, she personal attack said my man Crowder a bad person. Fuck you. Fuck out of here. Nah, not fuck you, Candace. I love you, Candace. You awesome. You do good work. But that's stupid. Don't get personal, bro. The shit ain't. That's the thing. She took this so personally when it's not even personal, bro. Your shit's business. You said Jeremy's about business. She's gonna say that. She said that in this fucking shit. She said Jeremy's about business. Why can't she just be about business, bro? Like, it's all business.
For his back catalog and then put it on Daily Wire exclusive. And the only way to see Steven is to go to Daily Wire. Like, that would, I don't know if 50 million would be worth it, but 4 years.
Okay. Bad pause on this, man. Who is this? Ian. Sounds good, Ian. Okay. But like, you need to get, you still like the people who watch Crowder, right? The people who like watching him on YouTube as well. Only reason I don't watch him on the other shits because like it's just inconvenient because I don't have an app for like the Rumble and shit like that. That the other shit that he's on. So YouTube is like fucking easy and just pop on YouTube. He's right there. And so his name gets out there more for being on YouTube. So if he gets demonetized on YouTube, which he already is, doesn't make any difference.
Terms, all
Well,
his
if you
back.
had a lawyer, you could negotiate.
Or you could
that.
go, what if you could go into dailywire.com and then pay 99 cents on a Crowder video to watch it for the day, and then Steven gets half the revenue or something? I mean, there's so many cool things we could do.
I mean,
that
I
you
think
guys could do.
it would require Steven to just look at the term sheet and then be like, I'd rather do it this way. Here you go.
There you go. A conversation.
He's got.
Imagine that.
I'm interested to talk to him, Steven, because I think he's got specific feelings and perspectives on what big tech censorship can do to a content creator that needs to be vocalized for future contract negotiations. I've been concerned about contracts, especially with like perpetuity clauses. Like, we own your likeness forever in every universe going forward. They'll deep fake you and make you say things. With deep fakes becoming so realistic, they'll own your.
Oh, fuck anything these niggas saying, right? I want this damn UFO, bro. Like, look at this motherfucker.
Face in your name, and it's crazy. We need to get
Look at
perpetuity clauses
shit
for
spinning.
characters for personality out of contract. I think so right now.
Here, I want to say this. Like, Daily Wire's got a lot of haters, and I can certainly understand not liking the Daily Wire or not liking certain personalities. I know people who are like, I love Clavin, I don't like Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm done with this. This is boring. What we're gonna do is, because main thing that happens is that Karen just talks a bunch of shit about Crowder, and Crowder records a shit, and they're saying, "Oh, why does Steven Crowder record a conversation?" Nigga, record all your conversations. Fuck that. If you can, record all your conversations. I wish I recorded a bunch of shit niggas accuse me of. That's bullshit. But yeah. All in all, I think Crowder is more right than the Daily Wire, but I don't think the Daily Wire is like bad people for worrying about it. I think they were more worried about money. And Crowder is just more worried about like the social impact of like the whole thing he's trying to do, because he's trying to make like how Tim's doing. Tim's trying to make a nice little social movement. He don't give a fuck about the money. He's just like, as long as the societal impact is great, then he's good. And I think that's what Crowder's doing it for. And the Daily Wire ain't bad for making money. You heard Jeremy said, "Hey, no one makes money if we're just losing," which is fine. But it's just like, yeah, you saying that you stand for something greater than that. You're in the conservative movement, bro. Like, we supposed to be doing something greater than just making money. Making money is fine, but bro, have some impact. But That's it for me. Check out the stream tomorrow, Tim's stream tomorrow night. He's gonna have crowd on, and I'm gonna live stream that bitch. I'm gonna live stream his live stream, and I gave the copyright stream. But I'm out of here. See ya. Oh, I forgot.